want to decide what's good for you. But I want to play a part in deciding what's good for the country, and I don't believe that marijuana being legal and having people smoke it is good.
Decide what's good for the country based on your personal taste.
Yeah, don't you think there's certain things that are good for the country? Don't you think there's certain policies we want because they're good for the country? Anytime one thinks about the country, you're a fascist?
I think that's fascism.
I think you know, there's a common ground. One of my biggest heroes, Bob Marley, he had God and he had weed, and he liked both of them, and he thanked God for the weed.
Wait a minute. Isn't he? But wait a minute. But isn't Bob Marley dead?
Yeah, but he didn't die
from marijuana.
Yeah, so's
yeah, but I mean, you want to suggest that one can be into pot and everything else will be fine in life.
But if you get rid of marijuana,
nothing's ever fine in life, you know. I mean, if you walk down the...
It can be a lot better if you're not doing drugs.
No,
I was just going to say, if you get rid of marijuana, you have to think of what's good for the country and the economy, and if you get rid of marijuana, you know, the whole junk food industry is going to crash.
Nobody will order pizza at midnight, it's true.
You know, you're legislating your taste. You're imposing your taste on other people.
If you say marijuana is okay, isn't that imposing your taste?
Is it worse than alcohol?
No, but you don't have to have it.
No, well, but people are going to smoke it.
Yeah,
right?
but people that want to smoke it.
And they're going to smoke it around others, and they're going to be impacting
other people. You can say go to a marijuana bar. Do it like in Amsterdam. It's a pretty nice place.
The fight was burning the crops.
Let's take Amsterdam. They've got a terrible problem over there. They're trying to roll it back. They're closing down coffee shops, cut the number of half.
Wait a minute, the mixing of the borders now.
Don't make jokes like that. Now,
it's not a joke.
But let's be right on the facts.
It's one of my favorite cities in the world.
They've closed down half those bars. Number one. Number two, they have a tremendous increase in marijuana use by kids over there.
But
Their
a lot of them,
went up 66%.
Yeah, but a lot of the people that are smoking pot, that are smoking pot in Amsterdam are flying there from America. You know, no, it's a lot. They have stores.
What about England, where heroin is legal, where you can go get your shot every morning? There's no crime. You can walk down the street. You haven't stopped talking yet. Wait a minute. You walk down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody hits you over the head. No one breaks into your house. They're not raping and killing you and taking your money.
Maybe an angry Bobby.
It's legal.
That's not true. Heroin is not legal in England. 100 doctors are allowed to prescribe it to addicts, and they have more heroin-related crime per capita in heroin than they have here in the United States.
When they legalized heroin in Italy, it was a disaster for Italy. When they
Italy
did that,
has the highest rate of heroin addiction in Europe.
Young people started using heroin in record numbers.
But heroin is an absolutely different thing to me from marijuana.
We just want to draw the line at marijuana.
All we're building is prisons and no treatment centers. No one can get in for treatment anywhere.
The madness of cigarettes or the madness of alcohol, certainly to me, is far greater than the madness of marijuana.
If you're going to draw the line, why don't you draw it before alcohol? That's more of a gateway drug than marijuana.
And the only reason, as a practical matter, the line has already been drawn. Alcohol
they took it away once before. Remember how good that worked?
And it didn't work. Exactly.
All right, we have to take a commercial. We'll be back. All right, we're talking about the relative merits or demerits of liquor and marijuana. Now, another controversy involving this is the wine labels. The folks who make wine want to put something on the label that says, we encourage you to consult your family doctor about the health effects of wine consumption, because many studies have shown that they are health effects of wine consumption.
Too many labels. I mean, everyone knows. I mean, it's a good thing that we all know that drinking red wine is good for you. It's just too many labels.
But Dave, they don't know that. People don't know that.
Find that out? Grapes is good.
Grapes, you'd think that that would be obvious. I agree with you. But Senator Strom Thurmond said he will fight till his dying day, or Tuesday, whatever comes first. Them putting that silly little label that I just read, which encourages people to think.
They should just start putting labels. I think they should just over-label everything. I think the wine should say this could be good for you, too much can make you sleep with whoever's left at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right, wine or marijuana, exactly.
That's it. I think they're going to get to Haagen-Dazs next, and then I'm going to have to get permission. You should say, Haagen-Dazs, this is good for you, too much can make you be mistaken for a Buick. That's what it should say.
I don't think there ought to be anything on the label that would encourage people to drink. Although I think if you're going to put something on there that says wine may be bad for your health, then you're probably obligated.
Too much of anything is bad for your health.
The truth is very inconvenient for you.
The reason that's going on the label.
The truth that alcohol could be good for you in certain consumption is an inconvenient truth, isn't it?
The reason that's going on the label is because the alcohol industry has so much clout, political money. They've bought their way into that. Everybody knows that.
I don't feel it's
to go back to
as
your
much of a
favorite
conspiracy from alcoholic
to go back to your favorite smoke.
Alcoholic industry.
If marijuana were legal, you'd have that industry, and they'd be labeling marijuana as good for your health. Now you may think it is.
It's good for your eyes.
I don't.
Well, they don't do it with cigarettes though, because everybody knows it's just bad.
Cigarettes say you will die.
We're not saying marijuana.
Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. But I don't think. I also don't think that the people that are going to become addicts of alcohol are going to. It's going to be because they're going, oh, it's good for me? Well,
no, of course not. Of course not. But Dave, on the other hand, you can't suggest that advertising everything else works, and then when it comes to putting warning labels on, oh, well, that's not going to impact anybody. We want to get information.
Does it impact cigarettes? I mean, it says you will die a horrible death, and everybody's smoking. Doesn't matter.
I haven't disagreed with you that if you're going to put, look, first of all, let me just make something clear, that in spite of what you may think about Christians, the Bible does not say that drinking is a sin. It says drunkenness is a sin. But we discourage drinking because a lot of people end up getting drunk.
It's not very placed milk. They're not going to be in the dugout at ball games, after they take an at-bat, swigging down a bottle of red wine.
Well,
There's
kids
no baseball
drinking...
in France.
Whatever. But the point is, we want to be careful not to encourage people to consume more alcohol.
It just says we encourage you to consult your family doctor about the health effects of wine consumption.
Share a bottle of wine.
I mean, on the face of it, I don't see anything objectionable about that.
Look at Propecia. People are putting this on their heads, and they tell you, they tell you on television, don't use Propecia if you might have a child, if you saw a child, if you want to live past Wednesday, if your heart is beating, if you have a liver, and people are putting this on their heads. I'll get laid, I'll have a bad child. They want hair.
I use it myself. Quiet. We'll be right back.
In the Los Angeles area and would like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 323-575-4321.
All right, my apologies to everybody I offended tonight. That's pretty much everybody.
Oh, you didn't offend me.
You are forgiven.
Thank you very much.
And God bless you.
That's nice. You need an hour. I think you need an hour. I think you need a longer show.
To get all my insults in.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, join me Sunday, March 21st for the Politically Incorrect after party right after the Oscars. Guests will include William Macy, among others. And tomorrow we're going to have Pat Boone, Victoria Jackson, Garcelle Bouvain, Wayne Allen Root.